Hey there everyone, welcome back to All of Fabric 6, it's me kmbles. So I got a bit of a shock with the dragon fight in the last episode. I did not think that we'd be so weak. You guys didn't have to sit through the whole thing, I edited it out quite a lot. That fight really took it out of me and yeah, it made me realize just how underpowered we are. So I'm up here at the Spirit Enchanting setup and I thought we might, in this episode, at least get a start on upgrading some of our gear. As you can see there, like Protection 4, last Protection 3, no wonder we were so ill prepared. Now Protection 5 seems to be the highest level of protection we have, and thankfully we only need one of them to use this gilded book here. So I'm pretty sure what it says to do is use the enchanter to copy enchants from any desired item onto the book. I think what that means is if you put an item on one of the item bowls and then the book in the middle, it might turn that into a Protection 5. It absolutely did, and it destroys, no, it keeps the item. And if we throw it in the MiniHUD solution, you'll see that actually strips it of its enchants, which will come in handy a bit later. Let's quickly chuck protection on this stuff. Now it's blast Protection 4 and Protection 5's all the way down. Cool. Okay, big deal you might be saying. It's not a big difference. But if my memory serves me correctly, we can get some like over-enchanted items from any of these structures, I think, made by When Dungeons Arise. And then we can repeat what we did just then with some higher enchanted gear. Now, last season we got Protection 10 equipment from a Colosseum, and I'm pretty sure there was a Colosseum over in this direction. Although I didn't upgrade wrong a couple of updates back. Now I seem to have lost it from my map, so we'll have to rediscover it. And once we get there, we're going to use this Disarming 2 enchantment on our Soul Steel Sword. And what it does is it disarms the mobs, giving them giving them a higher chance to drop their equipment. Oh, it may not be a Colosseum, but I think this thing also, yeah, these guys seem pretty well equipped. We all lift together. Oh, hey now. Yeah, let's clear this place out. No, don't kill each other. I want your drops. I don't think it works if they kill each other. That's so cool. So when the skeletons fire an arrow, they then run off. So you can't attack them. That's pretty neat. Protection 8. Protection 8 leather cap. That's a start. Oh, you little baby. What was that guy doing in the mix? Poor little guy. It's a nice little conga line. This guy just stop sniping me. Oh my god, they just keep coming. Give me a break. Let's see what we got here. So we got that Protection 8. Great find. But nothing else really stands out. Mystical Enlightenment. Sure. Protection 4. Okay. Yeah, so nothing else there really stood out. So I suspect it's probably the highest enchant that this place has. Which I'm not going to scoff at. Like, we can apply that Protection 8 to each piece of our armor. Oh, that's a new one. It takes the Pillage soundtrack. I might play that later on. Yeah, we can upgrade the protection on all of these 3 to the Protection 8 just with that one book. Yeah, I suspect that's the best this place has to offer. But no shade, that's really cool. Let's keep looking for that Colosseum. Maybe these guys? No, they seem pretty tough. Got some diamond gear on. These guys might have something for me. Wither skeletons, riding phantoms, wearing enchanted armor. Is it enchanted? See, buddy. Oh, isn't that romantic? That is so chaotic. No. Nothing yet, but we can actually speed. We can actually speed the spawners up. Since these guys can't actually reach us because they're too tall to fit through the door. No real risk, really. Whoa, one of them dropped some netherite boots somehow. But yeah, the rest of them just seem to drop like gold swords and diamond chest plates, which aren't actually that useful for us. But netherite boots? Are you serious? What is this thing? What are you, man? A werewolf? What? I didn't know such things existed. What did you drop for me? Nothing special. I didn't even know you existed. I would have let you be as well. Alright, we got another one of these things. This guy up here, I think has some OP spawners right sitting right on top here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to spend any time going through the towers looking for loot, because we've been through these things in the past and it doesn't seem that necessary. Hey, where are you running to, my man? Let's see, we quickly put a roof on this thing. I guess that they have no escape down there. Alright, so just box this area in. Let's test out this spawner. Okay, ahead we go. We got feather falling 5. My god. Yeah, the max is 4, so that's over-enchanted. Holy moly. This place. What is this place? Where the skellies? This looks like some kind of epic boss arena. Alright, why aren't these guys spawning in? Let's go! Perhaps there's too many mobs around. Oh, this guy looks special. Yeah, these guys look good. Holy crap! They are spawning in, but they're spawning in below us here. That's them. Is it? What are you guys doing? I didn't know this was a thing. Upside down skellies. Dinner bone. Oh, that's so cute. Let's box it up for a second. That's really disorientating. Oh, I love that. I want to bring that home with me. It's so ridiculous. How have I never seen this place before? This is hilarious. What's that? You got an enchanted sword for me? These guys pack a punch, but I think they've just got sharpness 2. Nothing too special. Do not come down here if you're arachnophobic. That's a poisonous spider riding a big spider. Hey fellas, come on down. Yeah, I don't really need their pants. And sharpness 2 seems to be all they drop. At least that's all that's kind of visible here. I think we found all we can here. What a sick building. What an amazing place. What's this thing? Just a regular old tower. Well, that's cool. And what about this guy? You are kidding me, guys. I got chilled. Oh my god. I'm possibly not ready for this place. I'm not sure. Okay, we can come back once we have some protection against whatever this is. Am I freezing to death? Nice spawn, you man. Alright, we can come back there another time. Let me just clear this up real quick. While we're here, rubbish. While we're here at this Woodland Mansion, there is something in there, non-mob related, that I just want to quickly grab and then get out of here. Oh my god, this guy's going to get me. We can probably just cause a bit of chaos in here to clear it a bit quicker. Because there's an item in this place that you use for over-enchanting. We just got to find it. It's not too hard. I'm just going to grab it and then we'll be on our way. Not exactly sure where it is. But yeah, fire cleanses all things. And perhaps not setting a good example for the kids. Hey, this is already broken. And perhaps not setting a good example for the kids. But at least it's an easier way to get through these buildings. Maybe it's at the top. Illuminate shards. I think that's the first illuminate shards we've found. Hey bud. Somewhere amongst all this ash is... Well, there's still another area over here. Is an altar from Biome Makeover. And you can... Yeah, you use that altar to over-enchant things. I wasn't planning on getting one of them today, but since we're already out here looking for a damn Colosseum, I think maybe we'll just pick one up. Guy's got a backpack. Whoa! What backpack's this guy carrying? Whatever it is, I want it. Alright, well, couldn't find it up. Maybe we head down then. Don't really want to spend too much time in here, I just want to get the job done. Spiders. Oh, no thanks. Crude cladding? Whatever that is. Look at this freaking bizarre dude over here. Let's go get their soul. Hey, man. Are you friendly? Don't want to hurt this guy if he's friendly. Doesn't seem to want to harm me. You're so cute. Well, yeah, I think we'll take him on. Maybe it's a boss. Oh my god, what a badass. What a badass. That's so cool. Hey, hey, hey. Do you summon in those dudes? And what's this? Adjudicated tapestry and an enchanted... I mean, what does that do even? I don't know. I don't even know what that does. All right, we're looking for... What are you? You're a block of... You're not budding block, no? No. A block of Illinite, and Illinite gives you Illinite shards. Oh, the shards make the altar. Oh god, I'm so silly. I've been running around looking for this altar. You make the altar. Am I able to make it now? No, I'm missing 2 blocks of mesmerite. Okay, there it is. That's cool. All right, we're done in this place, I reckon. Let's head off. What is this thing? A vampire? Damn, I really need to get out more. Right, so while that plays, so our little trip there wasn't as productive as I was hoping it would be, but we did manage to get our hands on Feather Falling 5, which is cool, and Protection 8, which is also cool. What I want to do now is I want to get these onto a book, and you'll remember we do that with Gilded Books, which is that recipe in a pedestal. Then you get the item you want, chuck it up there, put the book in the middle. There's our Protection 8. Oh my god. And there's our Feather Falling 5. So, first things first, let's upgrade our protection levels from 5 to 8. And then we're going to use the Biome Makeover altar to try and get this up to protection 9 or 10. So now we have a pair of pants, which have protection 8 on them. And then I think if you put this Illuminite shard in there, hopefully it just takes the 1. And then because we're all impatient here, consumes the shard, and sadly we don't have a renewable source of these yet, but perhaps there's a cluster back at the mansion. We can always head back later. So that's now protection 9. And then I believe if you throw it in here, it'll strip 1 enchantment. And we just want to make sure that the enchantment that gets stripped is curse and not protection. So let's quickly chuck it in. Not sure how lucky we were there. Maybe it always strips the bottom 1? Who knows? Now we're going to put protection 9 on here. So I'm going to enchant these pants again, but I just wanted to back up that protection 9 just in case this fails. Huh? Oh, actually that's interesting. It won't let me put that pair of pants in there. Right, we can always try with another pair. Maybe it can only be done once. Yeah, it won't take the pants, but I'm guessing it will take the shoes. Protection 10 and Curse of Flammability. Let's do the same thing we did before. We'll throw that in there, let it do its thing. Oh, I was too slow. Damn it. Damn it. See, I was a bit too slow there. But you get the point, right? Make it at that time. Protection 10. Yes, we got protection 10. I think maybe if it goes through the altar once, it can't go through again. That seems to be what happened. But yeah, let's get protection 10 on a book. We'll upgrade our stuff. And as you can see, this is a pretty easy way to exploit the enchanting system and get massively over-enchanted gear. Yeah, protection 10 on these 3, blast protection on that's good enough. So as you can probably tell, this is one possible way to get over-enchants on everything. And by that I mean, like, you take something like Unbreaking 3, you just keep on doing that process, you can get up to Unbreaking 127. And imagine what happens when you put something like Fortune 127 on a pickaxe. But it's really up to you, I suppose, if you can be bothered going through that whole process. So I guess we should clarify that this thing doesn't seem to work. I mean, it's been on for a while now. Even though they've got bottles in their hands, it's still collecting jade. So I'm guessing that means you can't use it to farm up this Moonstruck Nectar stuff. Yeah, while we're up here, there is another enchant called Steadfast, which I was just reading about in the book, which protects your tools if you drop them on the ground from lava or falling in the void. I'm not sure if it also protects them from despawning. And that. Something that came up from last episode was that this thing here about these soul revitalizers not requiring any energy. Apparently, old Kimble's discovered this as a bug. I mentioned it in the All of Fabric Discord, and then the Spirit developer was like, I didn't know about that. So apparently I'm discovering things here left, right, and center. Right, so yeah, being over here makes me realize, like, I would have liked to have had recursive pylons for all of these things, so that their levels, each iteration can go up. Like our ghast here, it's stuck on tier, well, it's a bad example. Our zombies here are stuck on tier 241. The only one that's leveling up with each iteration, or it's trying to level up with each iteration, is the pig, the woolly pig dude. And yeah, that got me thinking. I mean, you'll remember last episode when I came to show off my nether stars. We have absolutely none of them. The only way you can seem to get them, okay, you can trade. So 1% chance from a royal jelly bottle. That doesn't sound like good odds. Obviously, you can get them from killing the wither, right? You with me? That's where they come from. But in the mod pack, the only other way you can really get them, you know, other than the low chance of a trade, is through deep mob learning with some extraterrestrial matter. And I gotta say, I'm just not going to do it. By all means, you should do it. I mean, if you want to see how to get that done, I did that in my second season of All of Fabric 5. And because I did that, I'm not going to do it again. I try and do things different every time. Because, you know, otherwise it's not really very fun for me or possibly for you either. And as we've already discovered, withers don't have souls, so you can't do this whole magic. So I'm pretty sure that only leaves one option. And that is a wither builder from Kibe. You activate this thing with a redstone signal, it summons a wither if there's enough building material in its inventory and available space in front of it. All right, so let's get one of them. Why can't we do that? We'll need a wither star, obviously, nothing's easy. Yeah, so we'll get a bunch of each of those blocks just to tick it off. And then we'll find someplace around here, someplace safe enough to start spawning these suckers in. Now, from my thorough testing in creative with this thing, it does seem to be the case that looting doesn't really matter for the wither. It doesn't seem to have an effect on them. So I'm going to try and use this one instead, a treasure hunter, and hopefully it still drops another star. Are you kidding me? That was so easy. A little bit too easy. Oh, we got a skull! That's a wither skull! I thought it was just another wither skeleton skull. Did you just see what I saw? It looks like I got no nether star here, but in my drops I do. Oh boy. Yeah, I haven't got the storage bus looking the same as the actual dank. Add it to the list there. And then now when I put them back in, we should be able to see them here. Yeah, 53. Okay. Didn't realize I was that silly. So there's a wither builder. Now, it could be wrong, but I feel like the Spirit Revitalizer probably should be compatible with the Wither. Like, that would be a pretty neat way to get nether stars. For Christ's sake, we've managed to get like 268,000 diamonds and emeralds and gold bars. So that thing's already pretty much broken. I'm not sure. Maybe that's a little bit too OP. So instead, let's do the far more dangerous thing and spawning the Wither itself. We've already got a little bit of noise happening in this area because of the mana generation. So I'm thinking maybe we should just duck in underneath all this. Actually, you know what? I want to show off my contraptions. I don't want to hide them from the world. So let's put it just back here, actually, in this chunk. And yeah, we'll be able to see it as we go about our day. So we've got a couple of ways in which we can kill this thing. There is a thing called a slaughter from Industrial Revolution, which like does what it sounds like. It just takes energy. You put a sword inside there, set a range, and it'll kill nearby mobs. But we haven't really done anything else. I mean, no shade on IR, but we've played around with a lot of IR blocks in the past. And yeah, we've got away with not even starting the quest chapter yet. Let's look for another alternative. I think what I'd rather do, and we've already got one in Andy, we'll probably kill it with one of these deployer things, keep it equipped with swords, and let it do the killing for us. So let's have it 5 across. So it's just important that you build all this out of witherproof blocks, because its blast will do damage. We'll give it a base of this, and then for the rest, let's use the glass. The only thing is, the wither is going to need to have a space to spawn in. Just like regular spawning conditions, it's going to have 3 wide and 3 high. Make sure we fill it all in, or else the blast damage will escape. We'll put our little wither builder block right there. Fill that in. I think that is enough to spawn it in. We can have all our wiring and stuff back here. Yeah, let's have a quick look if that is enough space to spawn it in. Put a redstone signal. I suspect that means it actually needs 1 higher. Perfect. Did you do any damage? No, no damage done. The deployer we can have attacking its feet just down there. Something went wrong when retrieving data for this block. What does that mean? Hopefully nothing. So we've got 2 things here to feed. We've got the wither builder, which needs to eat wither skelly skulls and soul sand. And we've got the deployer, which needs to eat, needs to have diamond swords in it. Let's just actually get in there and set the filter on this thing to only accept diamond swords. And there's this funny thing about deployers. If you right click them with a wrench, it changes. In fact, do I have my goggles? Yeah, there you go. With the goggles on, we can see. Now it's in use mode. That's like a right click. And then attack mode's like a left click. You can see by the way in which it holds the sword that's attacking. That's like trying to apply the sword to something. Yeah, but we want to attack it. So now we shouldn't have to go in there ever again, as long as we keep feeding this thing the diamond swords. And then we can use the black hole chest, the ones from Spectrum, to suck up all the drops that get eaten up in there. But the deployer also might, upon killing, and might grab some items, so we'll allow it to drain its items into the chest. Then we want to set this up with an interface. And in the interface, we're going to request these 3 things. So a stack of wither skeleton skulls, a stack of soul sand, and some diamond swords. And then with these cables out again, just make sure that this doesn't connect to the black hole chest. That'll connect to those 2 items. We'll let those items come out with an extractor. It'll try and, once we connect this to ME, those items will start showing up here. It'll extract them to where it can go. The deployer will only accept diamond swords because we've set that filter, and this thing will only accept, yeah, like you can't put random items in there. We'll only take those items, so. We'll give it a crafting card as well, so it'll know how to craft diamond swords. Yep, our ME system already knows how to craft those things. All right, now we just need to get a redstone signal to trigger this thing, which, like you saw earlier, we triggered it with a button. But it would also work if you powered this block. That also would set the wither builder off. A spectrum timer should set off a pulse at like a set interval. So now it's going off every second. You right-click it to increase the active time. That's on for 10 seconds, then off for 1. And set that back down to 1. And you shift right-click to set the inactive time up to an hour. So we want it to go off every... We want it to be inactive for a minute and then active for a second and then inactive for a minute. And that'll trigger a redstone signal, which we can feed into this block here. But we want to be safe and also be able to turn this thing off, which we can do just with a simple lever system. We'll have one at the front and the back. Powering this block then, we'll now get this repeater to lock this repeater. Now when a signal comes in fact, we can just simulate it. It can't get past. I think we're good to go. We just need to connect that interface up to ME. Oh, something I did forget is we also want to feed the items from the black hole chest back in to the interface. Why isn't that working? For some reason it's not requesting any wither skeleton skulls or crafting any swords. Right, that's better. Yeah, the problem was I didn't have it set up to a P2P. I had it directly, because we got P2Ps on all of the faces of the controller, you have to have a P2P on the other end as well. At first I thought you could just take the line right in, but yeah, I'm still learning AE2. I actually want to just shake this up a little bit because this guy also drops some pretty cool, can I get in there? This guy also drops some pretty cool like weapons, swords and stuff. Yeah, all these things. I don't want to feed them directly into ME. So let's do this. We'll put a trash can there. And we'll just like set filters on things to trash and things to send into ME. But at first I want to see things come through. Fingers crossed. I also just threw a few motors into this thing, which makes the whole process faster. And then we power this guy. We'll have it on max speed. Like that. Does it have a sword in its hand? It does. All right, now we should be done. Next time this redstone timer triggers, we should be getting a bit of a show. Oh, he's found a little sneaky spot. I think if I were to block these two spots, I don't think it would work. Oh, it does work. Look at that. Let's try that again. I just snuck 2 bits of glass there on either side, so now it looks like this dude is kind of pincered into that middle spot. In my testing world, 1 minute was like the perfect time to kill this, and then it'll spawn another one in a second later. But it's getting close, so I'm a bit worried. Okay, you die, you trigger that. Look at that timing. That is actually ridiculous. Let's let that guy do its magic, because I've actually got a bit of an idea to upgrade the killing chamber. Because that 1 or 2 second difference that we saw it's a bit tight for my liking. If we can get a bucket of midnight solution. Being really careful not to spill this stuff. I'm actually going to pour some midnight solution here just above the kill chamber, and that should pour down and be able to like add a bit more damage to get the killing done a bit quicker. Let's be quick. And that should also help those little wither skeleton guys and whoever else this thing manages to spawn in to come help fight for it. It should kind of help them also take damage a little bit quicker. And let's keep an eye on this timer. It dies. Yeah, I think that's good. And the timer's got plenty of time to go after spawn the next one. And that also gives us a steady supply. So much time. And that also gives us a steady supply of midnight chips too. Right, it is noisy. Maybe it's a bit too close to our home base, but I don't know, I kind of like it. And once we have enough nether stars, we can always just turn it off with that kill switch. Now we're definitely going to need heaps of the wither skeleton skulls, which we can put into beheading, which we can put into this revitalizer here. Oh yeah, something I discovered. The beheading on these revitalizers only works for vanilla mob heads, not spectrum mob heads. Like now we got, oh my god, we got so many creeper heads because it's a creeper that's now in there, but you'll see we've got 0 ghast heads because ghast heads are from spectrum, whereas like creeper heads are just regular vanilla ones. Let's put our wither skeletons in there. And that'll give us a steady supply of the skulls. All right, let's spend all these nether stars now. How many do we have? Already 76. That means we should be able to get pretty easily another recursive pylon, which can live there. And if we take the thing off, we can upgrade our withered backpack into an endless backpack now, which we didn't actually need the nether stars for, but I'll do nonetheless, which has heaps more space. What do we need all these nether stars for? And get some Kibe rings. I guess it's kind of just to upgrade our danks. Right, let's take our danks out of here and give them all an upgrade. Yeah, you got to remember to lock your slots. I made such a mess then. All this stuff just started pouring into the danks that I had left in the slots because I rather sillily had, is that a word, sillily? I was rather silly and had danks connected here to MI. You can go there. And because the slots weren't locked, there was like this many kind of spaces just started filling up with all this excess stuff here. So made a real mess. Does that look? All right. Plenty more blocks sitting in there now. Actually, if we're upgrading, we may as well do it properly, right? And get one of these netherite diamond swords, which is like, the attack on our soul steel here is 7.5. That's 11. It is slower, but we also won't have to hit as often. So yeah, let's get some recipes for these things going on. So we'll make a recipe for each of the netherite variants from the advanced netherite mod. And I think there's just 4 of them, right? Oh, but of course, you can only apply it to the previous tier. Yeah, so like first you got to make the netherite iron, then you use that in the crafting of the netherite gold, etc., etc. So in fact, what we want is 1 of each. Like this. Now, I'm wondering, will it keep its traits? I think it does. It does keep its traits. See, so it's uncommon netherite sword there. So before we go adding in these ingots to upgrade this sword, which would mean if we wanted to reforge it, we'd probably have to use something like those ingots, in here, which is super expensive. Let's roll it to get something like legendary or whatever now, and then add the more expensive bits. Unique. 20% crit, 50 durability. We'll keep going because we don't really care about durability. Like, it's going to have Unbreaking 3 on there anyway. That's a bit better. Okay. Yep, happy with that. Basically 4 stacks minus 16 of the netherite ingots there, but we've got 30% attack damage, 3 luck. I think that's cool. 20 crit chance. I'll take it. Not sure if it's the best you can get, but I'm pretty happy with it. So upgrade that to the iron, gold, emerald, and then diamond. How's that compare? 12.5 attack damage compared to 7.5. Yeah, I can dig that. And just out of curiosity, I'm also going to do it with the pickaxe and see if we can't get something that's better than the Terra Shatterer. Now, this guy's got 9 digging speed. 50% durability, 30% dig speed, 3 reach. Yeah, we take that one. For sure we take that one. And then put that one through the mill. So that's a 39 dig speed as opposed to 9, which is like, no question, ridiculously good. Put our super books in there. It just dawned on me actually that while I was doing all those re-rolls to get better attributes, I should have taken a luck potion because, yeah, luck increases your chances to get better rolls on those things. So let's see now how we go. We'll head back to that ice monument that gave us so much trouble earlier on in the episode. And seeing as we're actually immune to fire, thanks to our backpack, I'm hoping we can have a bit more luck down here. Let's see. Yeah, that neutralizes the effect. So whenever we get into trouble, I just light a little fire, and that'll fix us up real good. Yeah, it's definitely not as hard as I first thought it would be here. Alright, let's open up all the quest rewards we got for today and see how we went. Oh, sandwiches, granny sink, nothing too special. Alright, well that's the episode. Hope you enjoyed it. See you guys in the next one. Bye for now.